Jason, sir.
What's up, man?
Could we interrupt you to ask you a couple questions about yesterday's game?
Oh, yeah. Anything you want to ask, man. I'm an open book.
I mean, well, first off, we'd like to say thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We know you're a busy man. And just right off the bat, me, myself, considering that I wasn't there, but I've heard stories about what went on this past weekend on those courts. First question, what does it feel like to take a man's heart away from him in the middle of a game?
You know, man, it's a small thing to a giant, man. You know what I'm saying? I've done it many times before. I'm not saying I'm a prophet or a fortune teller, but I told these young guys what I was going to do to them. You know what I'm saying?
And may I interject? And exactly, and this is a two-part question to follow that first question. What exactly did you tell them was going to happen? And as it was unfolding, did you feel guilty at all throughout the process at any point?
Well, to address the first part of the question, I basically ran down my game plan. You know, I approached it as a coach and I finished it as a player. I told him, Eric is too little. So I'm just going to shoot over him like it's nothing. Turnarounds, Kobe fallaways, you know, whatever. If they switched, I was going to dump it down to H. He was going to abuse Eric in the post. So I had to do what I said I was going to do. And so I had to draw up the game plan, X's and O's, and then execute on that ass. And that's what I did. Guilt? Hell no. I felt nothing but joy in my heart, happiness, peace, serenity as I was in that ass. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, guilt, that's not even my vocabulary on the court, man.
I mean, and okay, well, with that being said, so I guess this is probably where you got the nickname the Bodysnatcher. With that being said, did it surprise you at all how easy it was for you to do what you want, as you said with Eric, considering that he's an NCAA, basketball player?
Right. It's all relative. You know, he is a college athlete, and I understood that the young man must know something about basketball. He got recruited out of high school and got offered a scholarship. So going through the same process when I was young, I understand that. And so I gave him that respect that he knew the game. But being that I've been playing this game for 32 years, I know I didn't forgot more shit than he's even thought of yet. You know what I'm saying? I was probably older than his college coach, so he ain't really learned nothing yet. So surprise? No, it was inevitable. You know, it was going down. It was nothing that was surprising. I knew exactly what I was going to do when I sized him up. I gave him credit because of his age. He might, and he's a guard, little short guard, he might be faster than me. But I didn't really see any speed on the court out there, man. He was moving kind of slow. He could have been dizzy from all them jumpers. Got kind of discombobulated, you know what I'm saying?
And on that note, I don't want to just continue to pick and beat up on Eric, because I think you did enough of that this weekend. But
definitely
on Adam's performance, what did you take away from that?
Adam is controlled chaos. You know, we don't know what the hell Adam's doing out there. I don't know where he learned to play. It's unorthodox at best. It's wild, but it's effective for him. It works for him. But against a superior athlete like myself, it's child's play. You know, but Adam was like the comic relief, if you will. You know, it was turning into a tragedy the way I was lighting these guys up. Adam added some comedy to the scene, you know. Crazy, wild shots, and a couple of them went in, and so that's about all. He tried to stick me. I had to get in that ass too. So it is what it is, man.
And last question, because I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you probably have someone else to beat up on, or to train or coach, something like that.
Jumper coming on now. Oh, my bad.
Would you ever be interested? Like, does it even interest you, the thought of a rematch with either one of the two being Adam or Eric, and maybe just taking it a step further to add a little bit more of a competitive nature to it, would you be interested in maybe even placing a wager on a rematch?
I mean, a wager is definitely enticing because, you know, that's just money in my pocket, you know. But if there's going to be a rematch, I would be interested, but it's going to be in a Mr. Miyagi Danielson type of situation, you know, where I'm gonna have to teach these niggas how to wax on and wax off. You understand what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like student and grasshopper type rematch. I'm gonna have to teach as well as spank that ass. And I'm willing to do that for these guys, you know. So the next time they challenge somebody, they'll have a little more ammo in the toolbox to come out with.
Well, there we have it, straight out the horse's mouth. I mean, not only are you a great performer on the court, but you seem to be relatively humble considering what happened, and you're willing to share some of your knowledge. I mean, hell, you know,
I try to be, man.
Who could ask for more? Well, on that note, I just want to thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
And I'll let you get back to your music.
Thank you, man.